There's something I've noticed about the special powers in Earthbound, or is it Mother? Hard to tell these days. I'll just call it Mother. What I've noticed has to do with the mind magic they call PSI. PSI? Anywho, there are two main psychic types in Mother. One is male, who uses mostly supportive and healing powers. The other is female, who gets some support but is mostly a blaster caster. The former is a capable fighter physically, usually with sports clubs or sticks, while the other isn't very physical but whose PK powers, psychokinesis, tend to blow enemies to bits. Normally, this is nothing. Most JRPGs have male warriors and female magicians. What's the big deal? Well, here, under this particular patch for the Savanna sun, we overanalyze. Time for a shower thought of mine, and it may be more than one. Welcome to the Pride, folks, for this opening installment of Raziya Explains. So, turns out, on Earth, that there's this concept called yin and yang. People in the East know this well. It's the region where this concept came from, namely ancient China. Thanks to cultural exchange in ancient times, Japan also took on these concepts and made them their own. I'm told they do that with a lot of cultures, really. So what is yin and yang? A simple way to say it is that it's an understanding of natural forces, as far as ancient Chinese philosophers understood them. Yin is feminine, worldly, passive, dark. Some say a tiger represents it. Let's put a pin on that one for a moment. Yang is masculine, heavenly, active, light. Some say a dragon represents it. Again, something to note for later. There's something important in the final game in the trilogy. Wait, there's also something important about yin and yang. There's a little dark in the light, and a little light in the dark. Combined, these two clashing elements bring about a balance in spite of their opposite forces. A smidge of yin within yang, and a dab of yang within yin. Hence, the circular symbol called the taiju, or taijijitsu. Did I pronounce that right? This pairs the two wisps of light and dark together into a sphere. Yin and yang is one. Balance achieved. A cosmic ideal. So what does this have to do with the psychic powers and heroes of Wacky Americana and Shigesato Itoi's Dream Apocalypse? Well, here's my crackpot theory. Of the three main boys in Mother, we have Ninten, Ness, and Lucas. Ninten and Ness fit the bill perfectly. Supplemental materials paint Ninten as a bit of a callous and brash kid, but with a heart of gold. So, kind of like a jock who bullies the bullies. Ness is a good little bean who conquers his inner darkness. Lucas is timid and shy but the kindest of hearts, who grows into being a hero. All three are capable fighters with their favorite cudgels. All three learn mainly healing and support powers. Beyond Ninten's supplemental lore though, both Ness and Lucas do hold something darker. Kind of. They both each gain a signature power to blast the bad guys with. Psy Rockin' and PK Love, respectively. In fact, PK Love is one of the first powers Lucas discovers within himself, and Ness too uncovers Psy Rockin' as one of his earliest powers. Of the three girls we have Ana, Paula, and Kumatora, other than Kumatora, and barely at that for her, none of these girls are particularly dark. Ana is a sweet little Christian girl. Paula is a gentle soul. She helps out at our town's preschool, and got kidnapped by a cult. Kumatora is a lot of spoiler material, but she is also an ex-orphan tomboy who's willing to put her own comfort on the line to help others. All three aren't particularly great physically, but psychically, they're the best. With psychokinetic control over fire, cold, lightning, and more, their wide array of powers is supplemented by other handy manifestations. Stats effects like sleep and confusion, being able to steal the psychic energies from enemies in order to use them on their own powers, various force fields, and even some middle-of-the-line healing are all within their arsenal. The main hero boys, in my mind, represent Yang. They're active, some of the best physical fighters among their world-saving peers. They're light. Their Psy comes forth to protect, healing injuries, curing ailments, boosting statistics. But they're not perfect kids by any means. Ninten's youthful rowdiness, Ness's nightmarish inner darkness, Lucas's personal trauma and fearfulness. There's a little dark within the light. The girls of each game's player characters, to me, represent Yin. They're passive. They're squishy mind mages. Their Psy is dark, stripping the will of their enemies, if not blowing them to smithereens outright. But there's certainly a light to each one of them too. Their kind personalities, and the fact that their wide range of Psy also lets them bolster others too. There's one more particular factor unaccounted for. I don't know everything about the Magypsies of Mother 3 and their Psy preferences, yet, but I do know about a fourth party member in Mother 2, or Earthbound if you're from Eagle Land yourself. This last member of the Chosen Four is the young Master of Mu, the Dalam Prince Po. Yes, that's his name, let's move on. Poe is a jack of all trades. His speed, accuracy, and dodging make him fearsomely agile. To make up for his lack of equipment, he's serious and dedicated, but friendly and loyal. His own Sai, coming forth from his training, seems to combine bits of Ness and Paula's powers with including one of his own, the amazing and funny that his homeland of Dalam is incredibly Asian. You know, considering that he seems to manifest yin and yang as one. He's physically capable from his raw stats, but is weak in the fact that without his special equipment, his attacks lack that proper punch. No pun intended. Nor does he have a good amount of juice to power his Sai, compared to Ness and especially to Paula. The fact that he possesses some better versions of support Sai than Paula, especially the life up powers, and has a unique damaging power like Ness, also speaks to his versatility. And that's just it. It's as if his discipline and skill with Mu helps him achieve a balance of light and dark, active and passive, yin and yang. Personally, this befits him being a walking martial arts analogy on the whole. One last thing, I brought up creatures associated with yin and yang for a reason. No, not just because I'm a lion woman and animal biased. It's because there's some funny symbolism I see in Mother 3's yin and yang kids, Kumatora and Lucas, respectively. See, the word Kuma is Japanese for bear. The word Tora in Japanese means, well, tiger. As for Lucas and dragons, well, let's just say that, to avoid more than mild spoilers for a nearly 2-decade-old game, I won't say it here. No need to get anxious. Play the game if you want. It's on my miles-long bucket list of media to get into, among other things. Among other games, too. Or, you could just spoil the dragon connection for yourself if you dare. Sorry if not knowing the secret yet might make you walk on pins and needles. But hey, if you know, you know.